Hi, I'm Steve Pittman. This is Business Communication. The assignment is Crucial Conversations Presentation. In the book Crucial Conversations, Tools for Talking When Stakes Are High, co-authors Patterson, Grenny, McMillian, and Switzer share key insights into moments in our lives when our conversations can be defining moments, shaping our lives, shaping our relationships, and ultimately shaping our world. So it's important for us to communicate as communicators and leaders, and to learn how to better communicate in every situation we might find ourselves in. We need to learn how to be consistent when we're engaging in conversation with others to be effective in our communication. This is especially important when dealing with a sensitive matter in a crucial conversation. The authors offer the definition of a crucial conversation to be a discussion between two or more people where the stakes are high, opinions vary, and emotions run strong. I don't know about you, but in those situations, it seems like it's easy for me to let my emotions get the best of me. And I've learned over a lifelong pursuit of doing the right things and trying to do the right things in those situations to where I can be more consistent in my presentation, in my communication. So this is very helpful information that we've been talking about in our class. The question is, do we handle these types of situations well? I recall some of my first crucial conversations began when my wife and I were first married. You see, after the honeymoon period, you have to learn to get along even when getting along can be difficult. On a personal note, one thing my wife and I did was to promise we would never use the word divorce in our marriage. And even though we have had our challenges in the past, these have all been overshadowed by the many joys we've experienced now in 29 years of marriage. I'm very thankful to God to be able to say that. Author and speaker on the subject of family and marriage, Gary Chapman, shares in his book, The 5 Love Languages, that love is a choice. And often where there is hurt, anger, or resentment, the heart's true desire may not be able to be revealed. And we have to make a conscious decision to start with the heart and not let our emotions overtake us during a crucial conversation. So as a pastor and a leader also, I have the opportunity to address our community of faith as well as those who visit our church each week. I love what I do. I look forward to each Sunday our worship service together with a great anticipation of what God will do. However, the preaching of a message each week, staying current with the message, staying fresh, and staying relevant can be a tremendous challenge. And my wife has reminded me time and time again, for one of the greatest lessons I've ever learned as a pastor and as a preacher, as a communicator, is it's a key ingredient in presenting an effective message or a sermon, and that is to always speak from your heart. She always would let me know and will let me know if I've read my notes too much or if I've used someone else's ideas or stories and not my own, and she can always tell if I'm not speaking from my heart. And she's probably right. I'm always more effective in my communication when I speak from my heart, and I have a better response at the end of my messages as I see people making life-changing decisions during our prayer time. And I always sense more fulfillment in my own ministry when I speak out of my heart from my own experiences with the Lord. So the author shares the same sentiments in chapter 3, the same sentiment in chapter 3, as they encourage that in our crucial conversations we should start with heart. In other words, we should learn to stay focused on what we really want. We should learn to approach high-risk discussions with right motives and stay focused no matter what happens. So ultimately, the desire of our hearts can affect our ability to stay in the dialogue. You see, when we're under attack, our heart can take a different approach than our desired outcome. Instead of staying with our heart's desire of right motives, we can easily look over ways to win, retaliate, or keep the peace when faced with pressures or a strong opinion. And that's really where our emotions get the best of us. In our desire to win, we use correction to build our case to win. We punish the other person or group as our anger increases, giving way to our becoming defensive. And we fall into the trap of keeping the peace. We often don't approach the crucial conversation to avoid a confrontation. This doesn't solve a problem or move the relationship forward. So the authors share that in this moment, we must do 2 things to get back on track to a meaningful, crucial conversation. That is this. 1, refocus on what we really want. Look back into the start with heart and what we really want as the outcome of this communication. And also, secondly, refuse the fool's choice to win or to punish or to keep the peace. Those won't move us forward, and those won't help us to be effective in our communication. So when we look back into our heart and rediscover the true outcome that we desire, we can see with clarity the correct path of response. As a result of reading this book and completing the corresponding assignments, I'm so encouraged to start with the heart when approaching a crucial conversation, and I would encourage you to do the same. May I encourage us all to pursue starting with heart as the most important aspect in a crucial conversation. We may not be right all the time, but with practice, we can become like a tree, unmovable no matter how strong the winds of adversity in our crucial conversations. After all, the goal of our communication is to be effective and clear in our message. And as followers of Christ, who more should be clear and effective in our communication? Our lives and our communications should reflect that of Christ. May we all pray that God will help us in our crucial conversations to be always ready and able to give a witness to our love for Christ in the way that we live and communicate. And may we all search for ways in our communication to difficult people in difficult situations to start with heart and really find out what we're trying to say and what the outcome is we want with our message. Thanks.